The luxury landscape is currently reeling from an announcement that has sent shockwaves through the global fashion and jewelry industry. In a move that has effectively dropped a bomb on traditional brand ambassador strategies, the CEO of the prestigious, high jewelry house GRAFF has officially confirmed the appointment of global pop icon and BTS superstar, Jungkook, as their newest house ambassador. The announcement, which broke late yesterday through a high-profile social media campaign, has effectively silenced months of intense speculation, fan theories, and industry chatter. For a brand as notoriously selective and heritage-focused as GRAFF, this partnership is not merely a marketing maneuver, it is a seismic shift in how ultra-luxury houses perceive the intersection of pop culture and high jewelry craftsmanship. The decision, spearheaded by GRAFF's leadership, was described by industry insiders as a calculated masterpiece. Following months of rumors, fueled by eagle-eyed fans who spotted the singer donning signature GRAFF pieces during several high-profile public appearances and performances, the house finally unveiled its cards. "We are not looking for a spokesperson," the CEO remarked in an exclusive statement following the reveal. "We are looking for a facet. Just as a diamond is defined by the precision of its cuts, a legacy is defined by the icons who choose to wear it. Jungkook possesses a rare, multifaceted brilliance that transcends global barriers. He is not just an ambassador, he is the embodiment of the modern legacy we are building." The timing of this reveal is as calculated as it is daring. In an era where luxury houses are rapidly pivoting toward younger, digitally savvy audiences, GRAFF has chosen to lean into the unparalleled influence of the BTS member. For the average consumer, this might seem like a standard celebrity endorsement, but to market analysts, it is a strategic disruption. By aligning with an artist who commands one of the most dedicated and affluent fan bases in history, GRAFF has signaled its intent to modernize its image while maintaining its status as one of the most exclusive jewelers in the world. The internet, specifically platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram, witnessed an immediate surge in engagement. Hashtags such as JUNGKOKFRGRAFF hit global trending charts within minutes of the announcement, a testament to the Jungkook effect, a phenomenon where any item associated with the star almost instantly commands global demand. In the midst of the frenzy, confusion briefly reigned regarding the term DPR circulating in headlines and fan discussions. While rumors initially spiraled that the partnership involved a new, mysterious DPR initiative, clarifications have surfaced suggesting this was largely a conflation with unrelated industry buzz and fan-generated theories. The reality of the deal is far more focused, a deep, creative partnership between the singer and the house. The narrative of a shocking global deal holds true not because of an obscure acronym, but because of the sheer magnitude of what this means for the jewelry industry. It bridges the gap between the traditional, quiet luxury of British high jewelry and the high-octane, global stage of modern pop stardom. As the dust settles, the implications for the future of luxury are clear. Brands that once relied on traditional prestige and exclusivity are now finding that the new definition of exclusive includes the ability to harness the global reach of a true cultural icon. For Jungkook, this latest ambassadorship, adding to his already illustrious portfolio, cements his status as a titan in the world of high fashion and luxury. For GRAFF, it marks a new chapter where the brand intends to speak to a generation that values individuality, artistry, and the kind of bold, unapologetic confidence that the star brings to every project he touches. As the campaign rolls out, featuring exclusive imagery of the singer adorned in GRAFF's rarest diamond creations, the world is left with one lingering thought: the CEO of GRAFF didn't just pick an ambassador, they changed the way the world looks at diamonds. The dust has barely begun to settle on what industry experts are calling the most significant celebrity luxury pairing of the decade. As the initial hysteria surrounding the announcement of Jungkook as the new face of GRAFF transitions into sustained, high-level discourse, the broader implications of this partnership are coming into sharper focus. This is not merely a brand deal, it is a fundamental recalibration of the house ambassador model, designed to sustain momentum across a diverse, global, and highly digital consumer base. For decades, the ultra-luxury jewelry sector, a realm traditionally defined by inherited prestige, discreet consumption, and conservative marketing, has remained largely insulated from the hyper-speed cycles of internet culture. GRAFF, a house synonymous with the most exceptional diamonds in the world, was long considered the epitome of this quiet, untouchable luxury. By inviting Jungkook into its inner sanctum, GRAFF has effectively bridged the divide between centuries-old diamond legacy and the visceral, real-time engagement of the digital era. The decision represents a conscious move to humanize the untouchable. By draping an icon known for his fluid, genre-defying artistry in pieces that represent the pinnacle of geological rarity, the brand is reframing its diamonds. They are no longer just historical assets or symbols of traditional wealth, they are being positioned as pieces of wearable art that align with the cultural vanguard. Industry analysts are currently dissecting the campaign materials with the precision of gemologists. The visual language employed in the early releases signals a departure from the stark, minimalist aesthetic often associated with high jewelry. Instead, there is a focus on movement, light, and the way the diamonds react to the performer's natural, magnetic presence. This is an exercise in synergy, notes luxury brand consultant Helena Vance. The campaign doesn't ask the viewer to look at the jewelry in a vacuum. It asks them to see the jewelry as an extension of the individual's identity. When you see Jungkook wearing these stones, you aren't just seeing a product, you are seeing a narrative of success, passion, and artistic evolution. That is a far more potent marketing tool than a static print advertisement. Beyond the aesthetic, the economic implications are gargantuan. The Jungkook effect is well documented in the fashion industry, where items sold out globally within minutes of being seen on the artist. However, the stakes are exponentially higher in the realm of high jewelry. We are not talking about accessible luxury accessories, but about pieces that carry price tags often reaching into the millions. Investors are keeping a close watch on GRAFF's market sentiment. The brand's strategic decision to lean into such a massive global audience is a calculated risk that seeks to convert fan culture into client culture. By capturing the interest of an affluent, younger demographic, GRAFF is future-proofing its client base, ensuring that when the next generation of collectors comes of age, their first association with ultimate luxury will be the brand that recognized their icon first. The earlier, frantic speculation regarding the DPR involvement, a term that dominated social media discourse, has provided a masterclass in how modern brands navigate misinformation. Rather than issuing a dry, corporate correction, the brand allowed the anticipation to build, choosing to focus its narrative on the core partnership. By ignoring the noise and delivering a high-quality product, the house maintained its air of mystery while successfully driving traffic to its official channels. This approach suggests a sophisticated grasp of modern media. In an age where every user is a content creator, the brand that can successfully influence the narrative without becoming a slave to it is the one that wins. As the partnership evolves, observers expect to see a series of exclusive House of GRAFF events, potentially featuring the star as a creative participant. The conversation is no longer about whether celebrity endorsements work in high jewelry, but rather how much further the boundaries can be pushed. If this collaboration serves as a blueprint, we are likely to see a permanent shift in how elite jewelry houses scout talent. The search will no longer be for the face of the season, but for the cultural anchor of a generation. With Jungkook, GRAFF has secured a partner who is not just relevant today, but who has consistently proven his ability to define the cultural zeitgeist for years on end. The diamond industry has been shaken, and as the light catches the facets of this new partnership, it is clear that the status quo has been permanently polished into something entirely new. Do you believe this partnership will influence other traditional high jewelry houses to shed their conservative marketing roots in favor of more high-profile, pop culture-centric strategies? As we move deeper into the timeline of this historic collaboration, the narrative has shifted from mere surprise to profound analysis. What started as a bombshell announcement has evolved into a case study on the changing face of global influence. The partnership between GRAFF and Jungkook is no longer just a marketing headline, it has become the standard by which all future high-luxury collaborations will be measured. To understand why this specific alliance has resonated so deeply, one must look at the psychological positioning of both entities. GRAFF represents old-world authority, the quiet, heavy, and eternal nature of diamonds that have defined wealth for centuries. Jungkook, conversely, represents New World fluidity, a global citizen whose influence is built on vulnerability, raw talent, and a connection with millions that defies borders, languages, and socioeconomic statuses. By placing these two forces together, the brand has created a new definition of modern royalty. It suggests that true luxury in the 21st century is not about exclusivity through isolation, but rather exclusivity through shared experience. Fans are not just consumers, they are participants in a global conversation that elevates their hero to the highest echelons of prestige. The creative direction behind the ongoing campaign has been notably intimate. Rather than overwhelming the star with excessive styling, the photography and videography have focused on the interplay between the clarity of the diamonds and the intensity of the performer's gaze. Industry insiders suggest that this is a deliberate move to focus on the craft of connection. The strategy highlights that while the diamonds are permanent, the cultural moment Jungkook occupies is vibrant and fleeting. By capturing him in this light, GRAFF is immortalizing the current zeitgeist. It is a brilliant way of signaling that while the brand respects its history, it is also deeply attuned to the present. A common criticism in the past has been that traditional high jewelry houses struggle to maintain their prestige when they cross over into mainstream celebrity culture. Skeptics argued that by moving into the pop music sphere, a brand risks dilution, a fear of being perceived as too accessible. However, GRAFF has dismantled this myth entirely. Instead of watering down their brand to fit a pop culture mold, they have elevated the pop culture icon to fit the brand's standards. The messaging remains consistent: these are not celebrity diamonds, but rather the world's most exquisite gems, showcased by an individual who commands global attention. This distinction is vital. It maintains the house's aura of untouchability while significantly expanding its cultural footprint. The seismic impact of this move is already being felt across the industry. Competitors are scrambling to reassess their own ambassador portfolios. The question that boardrooms across Paris, Milan, and Geneva are now asking is, do we have a partner who can command the same level of global, organic, and instantaneous engagement? Jungkook's ability to generate value both in terms of brand awareness and concrete sales inquiries has set a bar that is difficult to reach. It has forced a departure from the traditional celebrity model where an ambassador is a face on a billboard. Now, the expectation is for a cultural contributor, someone whose lifestyle, aesthetic, and values are so perfectly aligned with the brand that the partnership feels inevitable rather than transactional. When the news first broke, it felt like a disruptive explosion, a bomb in the industry's quiet halls. Now, months into the partnership, the smoke has cleared to reveal a permanent, shining transformation. GRAFF has managed to achieve the impossible. They have stayed true to their heritage while becoming the most talked about brand among the most influential demographic on the planet. For Jungkook, this role is a crown jewel in an already record-breaking career, proving that his influence is not limited to stages and stadiums, but extends to the very foundations of the luxury world. As the partnership continues to unfold, one thing is certain: the conversation around who gets to define high luxury has changed forever. It is no longer just about who owns the diamonds, it is about who has the power to make them shine the brightest in a digital world.